Well, today I would like to speak about menopause and karate. When I was growing up, learning as a student before I became a sensei, I only learned from male senseis. I have moved from one city to another for study reasons, so I learned from quite a few senseis, but they were all males. I didn't also see prominent female senpais who didn't really take a break from maternity leaves or whatever. So I couldn't really witness first-handedly when I was growing as color belts to like earlier cues. There were people who were going through menopause in front of me, so I was quite weary of what it's like to go through this period, and also the risk of osteoporosis really did scare me as a person who is doing the impact sport. So I spoke to quite a lot of ballet dancers actually, so that they are from female world, whereas karate is, in my time, was quite dominant male world. So they shared quite a few stories and etc. And then what I believe that it is so important for us to speak about it, to be able to speak about it. No, you don't have to. It's your own experience. You don't have to share with others, but it is important to feel that it's open, shared topic that we can share and help each other, because I think it is not only for women but also for their partners, their sensei, their coaches, because now there are a lot of people who compete even at our age, which is wonderful, but at the same time we don't really know what to be careful of, etc. So me personally, I haven't had a severe symptoms. I'm 52 now, turning 53 this year. I did have some night sweats in between like 47, 48 to maybe 51. Well, I didn't really have that exhausting experience with the hot flashes and that kind of thing. That's never happened. Just only when I wake up, oh my God, I've sweated a lot. And also the temperature changes, like I'm experiencing now in Melbourne. It's like it's autumn, but it's still 30 degrees. I find it more exhausting than perhaps before. The heat tires me out more. But then again, it's not only me, young people also complain about this year's weather, so it may not be just me. But I think just any changes, like we tend to kind of feel more around this period. I also spoke to people who continue to have oral contraceptive pills versus not. I don't have a whole heaps of data, but if your pills, they're not necessarily good for you, but if you kept on having the hormonal controlling pills, some of them have had very mild or to zero symptoms. And while people who didn't have that kind of hormonal control, some went through the enormous outbursts, or who never had taken a period, but because their symptoms are really severe, so they started to have a hormonal creams, and that really seemed to have settled. They all have all sorts of experiences. I think it is just so important that we are all very aware what sort of options we have, what sort of experience they might be having or that you might be expecting. Also, I started to warn my students around, about age of 50, say, hey guys, I may have the outburst of hormonal outbursts, and I don't want you to be too super surprised if I do. Especially I live by myself, so no family apart from my cats tell me you're going a bit mental, etc. Luckily, I think I am a lot quite self-aware, so hopefully not that I'm aware of that it was so much of emotional outbursts. However, definitely one best advice I was given from the lady who was my senior student. She was also, finished taking the oral contraceptive pills. She said she didn't have any symptoms, but she basically slept a lot. And then that period went over behind her, and then she doesn't have any difficulties. When I heard her, that really made sense, because it's my body is going through enormous changes quite rapidly. Yeah, you do need to give yourself a lot of recovery times. So I started to sleep a lot more, and sure enough, I don't have any more night sweats, and but at the same time, you don't know what comes next. But whether female or male, it really doesn't matter. We all go through aging, and the recovery period gets longer and longer. So, but life responsibility around this time, because you're more responsible and you're more capable, it gets bigger and bigger. So you have to be conscious of your recovery period. That is, I think, the most important thing. And then also, if you have family, students, athletes that there might be around my age, this might be something that you should be quite thinking about. What I now really tell myself a lot is 80%. 80%, not 100%, not 120%. It used to be like, put absolute effort and go for 200%. No, I still can, but then the recovery period, like I'm dead for the next 2 weeks or etc., and that's also not good. So now there's like, when I feel like I can still do it, and while young people are going crazy, okay, it's time to back off, and so that I can still inspire others without getting bedridden. So that's it for now. But the one thing I really want to do influence is to, this is not taboo. This needs to be able to spoken, or needs to be able to freely shared, so that all of us can learn from each other. Us